My name's Jason Dixon, born and bred here in Bourke, New South Wales. I descend from two tribal clan groups. One is of the Nyimba people, which is my mother's tribe, and then that of the Wankamara tribe, which is of my father's tribe. Growing up here, there's not a lot of opportunities in terms of employment, and that's due to the self-interest of one's person, whether they want to become, I'll speak on behalf of myself, I wanted to become a chef, so they didn't have the skills required or the campus here to allow me to become credited for it. So I've had to get up and leave this community to go and get training elsewhere. So that's one of the struggles in itself. Then the struggles as well is for students in schools from year 11 to 12 when it comes to work experience. They too have to jump up and go outside the community if there is not a field of work here that they are after. So they've got to make arrangements to go and meet in Dubbo or anywhere from Sydney to Canberra. So that's a big challenge in itself, not having that opportunity it doesn't give anyone any incentive. So they've got to go if they really want to make it. But the other good side about growing up here in Bourke is, we've got the Darling River. It's always played a big part in our lives. I didn't have to go to the local pool to learn how to swim and stuff. Also, the good thing about that was we avoided paying to go into the pool. This was our pool, so we learned to swim from this river. We also, if we haven't got food, we know that we can come down here and we can catch a fish and take home and cook. So growing up here in Bourke, it's a bit of mixture of both. We've had some good time using this river. Also, we've had a lot of fun growing up in the community, knowing each other. It's pretty small, so you get to know everybody in a small community. We say to one another, you only got one life, live it well. Well, we've only got one earth. We've got an obligation to protect and look after that because it affects everybody. It does not matter which walk of life you come from. This is Mother Earth. Whether you're in Australia, whether you're in Indonesia, whether you're in any other country, European country, that's what you're living on. We always refer to as Indigenous people, this is our bed at night. So we've got to sleep on this bed, we've got to make our bed, look after our bed. As growing up, I did not know who I was as a person, whether I was black, white or Aboriginal. I was just a kid growing up, and so I was born into the life of Christianity. There was, and that's where I learned about Christ and learned about, all the different things in the Bible. Then in later years, when I grew up and learning from my elders about our Creator, Bayami, it became a bit confusing then, but growing up and learning about Bayami, our Creator, and then still acknowledging in Christ, it became confusing, but also I've learned to acknowledge both. Because I've lived in Christianity for so long, now I'm just starting to retrace my identity, and through my identity lies Bayami. So I can now acknowledge both. Whether there's one or whether there's two, I've just known that I descend from a God or two gods. And I've got to acknowledge that because of who I am and who I've found out who I am as a person and a traditional person. I think the other dioceses could help maybe just coming out on a regular basis to show their presence and to say, you know, we are here, we're in this walk together with you. It is good that, you know, you've taken over this place. It's a place of, you know, great value. It's a place of respect and also serenity as well. Because we need serenity to reflect on our lives. If we've got too much distraction around going on, then it takes away from our time out. But also at the same time, if we've got visitors coming in who we see on a regular basis, it's like this week I've got visitors coming. Can't wait to see them, to let them know how I've been, and also just to show them what we've done since their last visit. We as Indigenous people, we try not to let any dollars or money dictate to the way we are. It's good to have a little bit of finance there, just in case we need it. But at the same time, we teach ourselves through each other. We get our energy from each other. We're very family-orientated people, and we're also very accepting of others, given that they've got that bit of respect towards us to say, well, I understand about certain things that are around your culture. And just giving that acknowledgement, then it makes it much more inviting for us to be able to accept people that acknowledge and respect us as traditional people. Business we have set up is called Burke Aboriginal Cultural Tours. And the way it started was through the government scheme called Work for the Dole. So we thought we were doing that for some time for free. And this was really starting to agitate me because we were still on what we refer to as the breadline. So we don't talk much about poverty, it's just the breadline to us. And that's it, because poverty comes a lot under a lot of categories. But when I say we, my brother Joseph and myself, we set up this program where we can go and get further training alongside with another person, another community member. So we had to go outside the community to get more training to become qualified tour guides, because we saw the potential that this Work for the Dole program could generate and could become. And just with that bit of knowledge, then we decided, you know, this is our chance to set up an Aboriginal identified, owned and run business, which will allow us to, you know, preserve our culture, but also set the platform for us to educate other people about both worlds, our cultural realm and the white man's realm. It also gave us the chance to empower our other Indigenous people to become employed. Some might not agree with tourism, but that doesn't mean we have to stop there and just say, well, that's all right then, well, we can't help you. No, well, we zone in on them and we've asked them, what are your ambitions and your passions? So if they can get a little group around, for instance, a lawn mowing company, well then we can help them set up a business plan, get the support needed, and then get them on their way. The only thing we ask that they have is their accreditation for it, their belief in themselves, and to be compliant with government. If they can follow those three simple things, then they've got no worries in the world. To have a men's centre here in Burke, it'd make a huge difference. It just shows the men that they are valued. There is a lot of support around trying to come up with a project or whatever it may be, structure. To have a place for them to go to is like opening up another door for them. A doorway for support. Knowing that, that was a place of spirituality when the sisters were there, then it becomes a place for us to take on that within our own lives, to find out who we are and what we want to be. Do we want to be leaders, or do we want to be respected as a person? With all this will come, give them self-confidence to be able to look forward to a brighter future for not only themselves but also for their families, their kids, and for future generations as well to come. So it will hold great significance in changing the lives of people. The way this men's centre would have an impact on my life personally is it is something that I was passionate about in the fight in getting a place like this, along with other community members. But the way it will have an impact on me is being involved in something so strong and that I'm passionate about, and also that it will open up another place for me inside myself to look back and start being a leader, to start making these really harsh decisions about my life in general. Do I need to be there, or should I be over here helping somebody else who really needs it? So it'll be something that through me and through Christ I'll be able to deliver these services through that men's centre. The sisters, the missionary sisters, they're very important to us because they've introduced us into the life of Christ. They've really been there for us. They've been genuine in terms of wanting the best for us, not only our parents, our grandparents. They took on that role as well, where they really became a part of our lives and pushed for us to have better things as well. So they've touched the lives of a lot of people in this community, and ones that have left this community as well. And it was sad to see them leave this community, because they've shown us a lot, and then they also taught us basically how to pray, how to trust in God, how to seek from God, and just basically trust in the Lord. And having that and for them to go is just been really sad. But that's where I think we have to take that on and not recreate, but continue the work that they've done through our own personal life, whether it be sharing with people, whether it be helping people. So just doing stuff that they done through Christ, helping. I've had some good memories with the sisters, and some of the little, not so much bad memories, but one of my memories was, nobody likes to do homework, but we had to do homework. We had to go from school, go home, get changed, have your half an hour play, then everybody went down to the sisters and we all sat at desks to do our homework. So they were genuine in their concern about our education as well, and our spirituality, and just being, given that chance to be in and walk in the life of Christ through baptism as well. So the homework part of it, you just didn't get down there and you didn't mess around. This was like you were at homework, you will do your homework, otherwise you'll get a little screw on the ear and a lot of people might have their own stories about that, and which I'm sure there is a lot, but it was like a disciplinary thing. They didn't go overboard. It was just like, we are concerned about your well-being and your education. So they were there, and they were an authority figure in our lives as well. And our families knew this, and they accepted that, and they really encouraged it. The sisters really did it. So you had to do it. It was a network of people that supported this, and it was good. Through Aboriginal law, and the way it supports me is, it's like I have a purpose. I'm obligated to continue to educate people about my Aboriginal culture, ensuring that each person has got the attention they need and also the support that comes with that too.